Welcome back to Ferris Sports Update. Time to check in with Bulldog Volleyball, joined by head coach Tia Brandel-Wilhelm. Coach, first of all, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. Good to be here again.
I know we talked about a great homecoming weekend, soccer getting a couple wins, football, and obviously your team back at home for the first time this year and got a couple big wins.
Yeah, big wins for sure. I mean, those are two really good teams, and we're definitely excited to get those wins. And it was fun to have a few teams home too. So it was a good experience, and you know, it's not often that we get to go to other people's games, so there's a little bit of that, which was pretty exciting.
You started off conference play against Michigan Tech, Northern Michigan, and not an easy way to open the conference schedule here against two teams that have traditionally been very good.
Yeah, I don't think there'll be like easy games in our conference this year. I think, I think it's going to be a lot of parity and you know, just a lot of challenge pretty much every night when you get out there.
As we go to the highlights, we'll start with Friday's match against Michigan Tech. Had a great crowd and just nice to play in front of the home fans here for the first time.
It was a nice crowd. It was cool. I didn't know if anyone would show up again, but it was a good crowd. I mean, Tech had some people there too, so that made it pretty fun and exciting.
Obviously, you got off to a great start here in the first couple sets. For some of your kids, their first home match playing in front of the crowd.
Yeah, I mean, most of them, right? Like the first time that they've played in a game and at home. So I think there would be, you know, I wondered if there might be some nerves or something like that, because you know, the crowd's really close to the court, and it definitely gives a lot of extra energy. So
took the first set 25-23. Maybe talk about some players. Very balanced lineup. I think both nights seemed like any given time, anyone else could kind of lead you in some of the kills and some of the other categories.
You know, that's the interesting thing, right? Like last year it was a little bit, you know, there was some balance, but you kind of knew who the people would be in certain moments. But this year it's quite different. You don't really know who's going to be out there, which, you know, I think as a coach you'd prefer to know. These are the kids that, you know, are going to step up. But I feel like that, you know, all the players have a level of confidence in what they're doing, and that they'll be able to, you know, make those plays when they're needed out there on the court.
You pull out those points when you needed them to take a 2-0 lead, but you knew Michigan Tech was going to come back. Been a very strong team over the years, and obviously they competed out here in this third set.
Yeah, they have a new coach, but they just really played well. I thought they were very strategic in the game, so we had to, you know, definitely change some of our strategies as we went through the game. It was just kind of a constantly ebbing thing.
How important was it for your kids to come out and really play well here at home in this first home match and get off to a big start here in the conference?
You know, I know we say this every year, Rob, but this team we're so one day at a time that there's no thought of like, oh, we want to do well now for later, or it's just, what do we have today and how can we get a little better at it? You know I say a lot, 1% better. Man, that's just our theme for this team.
You get the 3-1 win against Michigan Tech on Friday night, and had a little bit of a quick turnaround time with it being homecoming on Saturday and playing a noon match against Northern Michigan. Yeah,
that was a really quick turnaround, and we're just really grateful that Northern was able to make that work because they're traveling. I know it's a little bit harder for the travel team, but definitely a quick turnaround. But I thought the players, you know, we came in early for scout, and I thought they came in really focused and had a good idea of what we were going to need to do in the game.
Obviously controlled this first set here, and maybe talk about just how those first couple weekends really helped against some tough opponents prepare you for the start of the GLIAC.
Rob, every day we get a little better. You watch us in a match, and we'll be better in the third set than in the first set. Like it's a team that is very willing to learn, and you know, their egos aren't involved in things. They're just trying to do the best they can. So it's really fun to watch and see.
Obviously able to work some players into the lineup as well, and it seems like your depth continues to get better as the year kind of goes on.
The depth is definitely getting better. It was nice to see, you know, I don't think you saw a great level of change in the play as we made some adjustments and played with some different lineups. So it was really kind of fun to see that.
How valuable for some of these kids was that experience last year when they did get into some matches to really get that playing time to prepare them for what's going on this season?
Yeah, not a lot got in, but you know, the little bits that we did, I think helped them. But we're still just figuring out as we go here, for sure.
Obviously, Northern Michigan, another team that's been very strong over the years, and they've got a veteran coach that certainly knows your team as well as anyone.
Yep, he knows the team, and he knew exactly what, you know, the strategies that he wanted to do. And you know, I felt like, you know, it was a little closer than we wanted, but I thought we did a really nice job of just staying focused on our game plan.
How much did playing at home kind of help you guys kind of know the surroundings, the environment here for these first 2 conference
Yeah,
matches?
I mean, again, like a lot of these players haven't played at home. They've just been on the sideline, and so it was a little bit different feel for them. But I just think, we did a lot of travel in our preseason and then in our first 2 weekends. And I think for them just to get a chance to sleep in their own rooms and, eat their own dinner and things like that, it was just really, it was good for the team. It was definitely energizing for them.
You get the weekend sweep and obviously off to a 2-0 start, which is where you want to be in the GLIAC, but it doesn't get any easier in terms of the schedule, I know, and Grand Valley State and Wayne State, 2 tough opponents coming up here again at home this weekend.
Yep, 2 really good teams. I know that Grand Valley's ranked somewhere top 10-ish in the country, and Wayne State's in that getting votes, but I wouldn't be surprised if they were, if they moved into that. So 2 really good teams. Both of them are, very aggressive at the net with both their offense and their defense. So it should be, definitely a great challenge for us.
I know the fans see when you guys take the floor during these matches and how you play, but how much does the week of preparation really help prepare you for what's going to take place this weekend?
Yeah, I spent my morning with individual players watching film and showing them all, showing them things, and then today we'll get in the gym and we'll just keep trying to chip away and get a little bit better at our own play, but also at the same time trying to prepare for the game plans that we have for this weekend.
How nice is it to have players, young players that are really willing to invest the time to learn and get better as each day goes by?
This group is so willing. Like they just, they don't get hung up in the small things. They don't get hung up in failure. They just are willing to learn the thing they have to learn to be a little bit better the next day. And it's really fun to coach this group for sure.
Obviously, you get 2 more matches here at home, so 4 straight to kind of start conference play. Then you'll be back on the road a little bit here in October.
Pretty much the rest of the season, right? Yeah.
Certainly, how important is it to come out here at home and try to kind of set the tone early and play well here early in these matches?
It's always, I think every game you play, it's important. We've always said we want to be a great road team because most of the games that you have to play that really matter are going to be on the road, and so. It's great to play at home. We love playing at home. We prefer to play at home, but we also love being on the road. So, we'll do our best when we play these games this weekend, and we'll always be out there trying to win the game. And but I don't think we put any extra pressure on because it's at home. I think we just are going into every game and trying to do the best we can.
Well, Coach, congrats on the 2-0 start here in the
Thanks.
GLIAC, and best of luck coming up Friday against Grand Valley and Saturday against Wayne State.
Thank you so much.
That'll do it for Ferris Sports Update. Reminder, you can follow all the action online, ferrisstatebulldogs.com. Have a great week.